So this is a new series I'm committing to where I just talk the talk. I feel like with social media, I haven't been able to fully express myself, and I really honestly haven't taken the time. I read books, I watch podcasts, I have conversations, but I want to open the doors to you so we can have a conversation. And my goal with this new series on my YouTube channel is to build a stronger relationship with you, see if there's other people who think like me and the people I'm surrounded with, and build a community to where we could eventually travel together, implement AI, innovate all of our businesses, bring creators together, and make creating fun again. Some people find it very scary what's going on with AI, and there's this concept of the dead internet theory. And the dead internet theory basically says that in 2016, 2017, the internet died. That's whenever authenticity essentially left the door, left the chat. I can testify to this because I grew up with social media. I got my first Facebook account when I was in 5th grade, which I will not be letting my kids do the exact same thing because number one, you don't know what's on social media these days, but number two, it's the most embarrassing track record ever. I'll be honest with you, I have an Instagram account of all of the posts that I made on middle school. I was posting 2 to 3 times a day in my little influencer era, and it is so embarrassing. It's just not okay. Anyways, so I grew up with social media. Yes, I still went outside, but in the evenings, I would play Sims. I would play all of those internet games, Club Penguin. I forgot what the one is called, Pop Tropica. I was on all of these. And I was also on Tumblr. And Tumblr is actually the first platform I ever got on where I learned how to code. I started learning CSS, I started learning HTML, and I went down these rabbit holes. And something cool about Tumblr as well is that a lot of parents didn't understand that that was the beginning of the wave of getting access to information that you wouldn't have had access to or learned anything from in school. So at this point, I was studying for AP history and all of my AP exams, and I was going to Tumblr to find study guides, and I was being resourceful for that, but there was also this huge sense of community. I was somebody who was a raging One Direction fan, and there was a community online, and the conversations, the amount of fun that I had was, I just had so much fun as a teenager on social media. I can't even lie. And it didn't feel, at least to me, like a comparison game back then. I look around at my peers and I could definitely see the psychological effects of such, but for myself, I felt like it gave me a way to express myself and dive deeper into interests without having to go to a library or depend on somebody else with a car to take me to a specific place, like Barnes and Nobles. So the internet was thriving in 2016 and 2017, and after that, I graduated high school, I went to college, and there was definitely a shift that happened in social media. 2019-2020 era, we know exactly what happened. And I truly believe that's whenever the internet actually died. That's whenever all of these gurus started coming out. There was all of these bots and AI really started making its way. And long story short, the dead internet theory is that the internet died in 2016, 2017, and it gotten overtaken by AI and bots. Now, I actually think that it's actually a good thing. With social media, and I want to go back to the Chinese saying that character cannot be counterfeited. It cannot be put on and taken like a garment that fits your need at the time. What we do determines who we are, and we become what we do. You can have a persona that people believe is the real thing, but it's like the Wizard of Oz, where the little dog comes in and pulls the curtain aside, the wizard manipulating the virtual person that he has created. Your persona cannot be manufactured. You can position yourself. Character cannot be. I'm reading this from a book that my buddy gave me called The New Psychology of Winning by Dennis Waitley. I don't think that AI is going to spread inauthenticity. I think that we're living in a time where being authentic and being able to express yourself and being able to reach millions of people is a huge advantage that everybody has. And using AI to do so just allows our message to be multiplied, and we're able to be everywhere all at once, which versus back then, being on Twitter, being on YouTube felt like an impossible task. So I know that on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Threads, my message is being spread without me having to even think about it. Now I can focus on long-form content like YouTube, so I can just focus on expressing my message and my thought process, my authority, my expertise, and I don't have to just think about content all the time. I can just think about what I'm doing in my business. And I feel like the real epidemic that's happening, that AI is exposing within human beings like you and I, within the collective consciousness, is that most people have lost themselves. They've lost themselves in their work. They've lost themselves in consistency with things that they're just not enjoying. And we all know that we are in the attention economy. And within the attention economy, that means we have to generate traffic and we have to find a way to reach the people who are interested in the same things we are. And it's really hard to do that. As a collective consciousness, we've gotten so overwhelmed with working, where we haven't gone back to our roots of being creators. And that is who we are created to be. And I truly believe that is the meaning and purpose of life, is to constantly create. There are a couple of different ways that you are able to create that allows you to express yourself. And you can call these hobbies. So the first hobby are going to be ones that make you money. So this is going to be content creation. You could be talking about anything. We are so blessed to be in a generation now where we could make money creating content about making matcha, about making coffee, about going to the gym, going swimming. Literally anything that you're interested in, you can make money by creating content about that. And you don't even have to have an objective. You can rely on AdSense or getting paid by the platforms without having your own product. You could get paid through brand collaborations. That is a hobby that is able to make you money. Other examples might be if you're into trading and you just really enjoy it. Maybe you're into the news and you trade upon what's happening in the news. Maybe you trade stocks. What are some other examples? Ghostwriting. I met somebody this past weekend who ended up randomly getting a gig that she's been committed to for the past 10 years, where she's able to just create and ghostwrite for other people and write books for them. And that's not even her full-time thing. She just genuinely enjoys telling people stories on their behalf. The next hobbies we have are the kind that allow you to express yourself. For myself, that's going to be through fashion, it's going to be through cooking, it's going to even be through even making little things like coffee and matcha. I'm going down the matcha rabbit hole. I had one yesterday, I had one today. This is probably not the best matcha ever. You can see the little greeny green things, but I was on TikTok exploring that last night and I didn't realize that matcha is a pretty expensive hobby to have, and it's actually hard to be able to get the right matchas imported from Japan. There's a bunch of different regions to do that. And apparently they're all sold out. So I was like, cool, you could start collecting matcha if you wanted to. You could start collecting coffee beans from every country that you explore. The next one is going to be through health. An example for myself is I personally like to go hiking. I like to go for walks. I like to even just sit outside and read books while I'm enjoying my coffee or my matcha. I even like to go swimming whenever it's warm outside. I like to work out. I don't like to work out with other people, to be honest with you. I like to be in my own zone. I went to a trampoline park, and I haven't been to a trampoline park since I was 16. So I went to a trampoline park with my friend, and I had a blast. I did the zip line. I tried to do a backflip. I was a little scared, to be honest, jumping and just like jumping super high. I just feel like my frontal lobe developed, and I'm just scared of stuff like that, but it got me out of my comfort zone and it made me feel healthy. I burned calories. I just like doing activities. So these are 3 hobbies that you can start implementing into your life. Just create the habit of creating and exploring and constantly expanding your mind. We could even add one about a hobby that helps your mental health. So if you like to read, if you like to listen to podcasts, if you like to journal, that could be a hobby that's helping your mental health. And so you could even separate those from physical to mental. For me, I'll be honest, I use ChatGPT for everything. So for my mental health, I have one long conversation with Chat about everything that's going on in my life. Business, personal, maybe I'm insecure about something, I'm having some limiting beliefs. I'll go ahead and talk to ChatGPT. I'll talk through it because I feel like I need a logical perspective or just to see things in a different point of view. And I have it talk to me almost it's like my best friend / therapist / slapping me in the face, which I like. Not like that. And then I'll have it create prayers for me. And I'll literally tell it to create prayers with scriptures of the Bible embedded within it. And I'll close my eyes, I'll put my headphones on, and I'll just listen to the prayer and really absorb that information. And then after that, I've even started a prayer journal. You could even do this as an affirmation journal. And so I will actually just write it all down. I'll write the entire prayer down. So now I've listened to it, read to me, I've read it obviously, and now I've written it down. So it's a couple different modes that allow me to just be able to do that, because even within my own spirituality or in my own faith, I feel like I'm such a novice with that. I have so much things to learn, and creating prayers or creating affirmations for me always felt a little bit cheesy, and I honestly never felt like I really had good direction on how to go about it. So being able to leverage ChatGPT and somebody who just has no bias and completely understands who I am and what I'm looking to do and understands how to communicate with me has allowed me to grow so much spiritually and be able to get over things and overcome things at a higher pace, while also being able to intellectualize everything and really understand what the heck is going on in my brain, why am I thinking this way, and how can I work through it. I'm not the type of person who likes to intellectualize things and then not do anything about it. I need an action plan, or why are we having this conversation? And I'll even do this, so we talked about hobbies, but I'll even do this with YouTube videos. I'll watch a YouTube video, let's say while I'm working out. I always listen to podcasts or YouTube videos while I'm working out, but I'll listen to one and I'm like, damn, that's good, but maybe I don't have my notebook next to me and I want to take notes of this. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll copy the link or add it to my watch later folder. Then from there, I'll take the transcription when I'm in front of my computer, add it to my ChatGPT, have it turn it into almost a blog post with 1 to 7 steps, or let's say 5 to 7 steps or main points or topics with subtopics. I also make sure to have it integrate quotes from that direct YouTube video. And I will take notes in my journal so I remember those things and it really gets ingrained into my brain. I think something that's very underrated with ChatGPT is that people are using it to replace their creativity and just to completely replace their thinking. And I'm a huge advocate for just not using your brain. Great, don't use your brain for stupid little monotonous tasks that could be done. Use your brain to be strategic and to think creativity. Do not replace your creativity with AI, or everybody's going to be able to tell, and you're going to lose your ability to be able to communicate effectively, and your brain is just going to die. That's a little dramatic, but it's true. So leverage AI as a research tool and make sure to get a pen and paper to document these things. So that way, whenever you reference back to it, you can start jogging your memory and all of the dots are going to start connecting, or at least that's what happens for me. So I'll listen to the YouTube video, I'll use a tool like Lasp, it's a Chrome extension that allows me to just automatically get the AI, or to get the transcript and get an AI summary from the video. I'll go ahead and look at the top 5 or 7 notes in there, and I'll take them and I'll add it onto here, and then I'll also take some notes of additional ideas, perspectives, or action items that I want to take depending on this video. I hope you liked this video. This is my first one. I'm just going to keep it raw and authentic. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you gained some kind of value out of it. Peace.